It goes to show you that black people in America love everybody. We especially love black people. We love black people everywhere. We really be feeling like y'all are cousins. Like black people doing anything, just existing, it just excites us. Like we really do. And it usually kind of goes bad when it's not reciprocated. Like we be like, hey, and y'all be like, hey. And that's where it goes bad. We don't be trying to have wars with nobody. And so that's why it's kind of like a beautiful thing to see with us interacting with our Scotland brothers and sisters. But there's like this undertone that kind of needs to be cleared up. Like we're not unaware that black people exist across the globe. That we know. Like that's a no duh. But it's not every day we get to interact. Like black Americans are at the forefront of like American culture. And so if you know anything about America, you know about the black people here. And other places are the same. Scotland is not that way. Like it's almost like the black people in Alaska. Like we don't get to see TV shows or interact. So when we discover that, it's just like, wow, we get to see y'all day to day. But it's not like we didn't know. It's not like we are, oh my goodness, we discovered a new species. Like no, we're aware. We just don't get to interact, and it's just good to interact. And so I'm praying that this interaction stays beautiful. But I've been so traumatized by us like being overly like attached and it not being reciprocated. But for now, it seems like it's a beautiful thing. Hey, cousins.
I love black women. So what I'm about to say does not mean that I love one demographic of black woman more than I do another demographic of black woman. But let me tell you something. There's something about black American or African American women. I don't know, but you like listen, this morning I went to drop this kid off at an elementary school, and as I'm walking him to the building, the bus driver, she's like, I had to pause it for a second because I was smiling too I was smiling too hard, and I'm still trying to control myself. But sorry, she yells out the window. She's like, I love your hair. First of all, my hair is already a mess. But this lady was throwing love at me like it was free of charge. Like, take all of my love. And I was early in the morning. Like around like 7-ish. I I just I said thank you. Thank you so much. Back in college, I saw this girl and she had these nice pair of jeans on, and I said, oh my god, I love your jeans. And this girl stopped dead in the middle of the. She said, really? She gave me a whole twirl. Listen, and then when she was done giving me a showcase, she took her time to compliment me. I don't know, like I love black women again. All of my heart for a black woman. But when I come on here and I say you can catch these hands for a black American woman, I mean that from the depths of my soul. Because the way they have thrown love at me in the past years that I have been here, you will catch these hands if you try it. I'm not joking. I'm so very fucking serious, actually. But yeah. Yeah. She had me feeling myself this morning. Oh my god. She said way more than that, but I really couldn't remember because I was too busy cheesing and just it's so much shock and so much awe. But yeah.
Date that African man. Come here, sis. I'm gonna hold your hand again and I'm gonna tell you. Come on, give it to me. Date that African man. Come on in and let's talk about this. Now, you guys always know I'm rooting for my Nigerian man because I'm married to a Nigerian man. But baby, date that African man. Date that man from Ghana. Date that man from Kenya. Date that man from Nigeria. Date that man from the Ivory Coast. Date that man from Gambia. Listen, the list goes on. Date that African man, okay? Listen, sis. Block out the outside noise, I beg. And if you have already dated an African man and it didn't work, date another one. Who's gonna stop you? Who say you can't? Date another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Until your person finds you. Do not let someone else's experience mess with your experience. Girl, date that African man. My Nigerian men. How far now? How far? How you dare? You guys already know I'm always rooting for y'all. Sis, get that man. Block out the outside noise. Girl, they're going to talk anyway. Good or bad, they're going to talk. Go get your man, okay? African men, I'm rooting for you. My Nigerian men, you guys know I'm rooting for you. And until next time, all right? Bye, y'all.
Why I love
These are
African
my
men.
top 5 reasons why I love African men. Number 1, African men are very close to their mothers and their sisters. They protect them very, very well. If you are married to an African man, you can expect that same kind of treatment when it comes to being his wife. He'll protect you the same way that he protects his mother and his sister. It's very refreshing. Number 2, African men are very intelligent. They articulate very well. They communicate well. And in a relationship, that's so important. They will let you know up front when something is and isn't right. And then they'll go back and help you resolve the problem. I love that about them. Number 3, every day I'm hustling. Y'all remember that song? That's what I think of when I think of an African man. African men are some of the best hustlers I know. He hustles hard for his family. He wants them to have the best. And if it's possible, if it's in his reach, he will get it. These men can make something out of nothing. They are some of the best hustlers, entrepreneurs that I know. And when you have a man like that, baby, I'm telling you, he will allow you to have the best life with him that's possible. Number 4, African men are true leaders. They are true kings, and they are the heads of their families. There's no need for you to try to be the man in the relationship because of poor leadership. He has you all the way through and through. He wants to be respected, and it's easy to submit to a man like that because you know that you're safe, you feel secure, and that he has it. So, yes, I love that about them. Number 5, African men are some of the best listeners. They have the ability to listen and to give you sound advice. They're also really good lovers, and you don't have to worry about wrestling all night with someone. Oh, and by the way, they have a lot of strength in their third leg.
There is a lot of arguing currently going on between Black Americans and Africans after a Black American lady made a post calling African food nasty, saying African food has no seasoning, fufu tastes nasty, Black Americans only eat Caribbean and Chinese food, and Africans are not happy about it. They are making videos, and in my opinion, it's not necessary. Black Americans are our brothers. Black Americans were brainwashed about Africa. They were told we don't like them, and all they saw about Africa were commercials of sickly looking, hungry children begging for money. They were told we live in herds with wild animals. And Black Americans are now starting to understand that Africans are truly their brothers. It was just people coming in between us trying to separate us because they know the more closer we get, the stronger we become. Africans are not responsible for the problems Black Americans are facing in America today. Besides, the lady in question is not a representation of Black Americans, and she sounds so uneducated. I'm sorry to say that because Black American women are the most educated demographic in America, but I guess she didn't make it in that cut. And it's fine. Africans have always loved black Americans. We've always admired black Americans from their music, their bandanas, their way of talking. We've always admired you guys, and black Americans also love us. I've been to so many events with black Americans. They are amazing people. They are well educated. They are well respectful. They wouldn't even talk down on food from a different culture, talk less of a black culture, even if they don't like it. They are very respectful people. It's just other people trying to separate us. The whites are not fighting each other. The Asians are not fighting each other. Only us. We should stop all of this. We should stop all of this and come together and support each other with love and unity. It's going to make us stronger. Africans are not the reason for the problems black Americans are facing today. An African has never sent a black American to jail for 100 years because they stole a loaf of bread at Walmart. Africans are not the reason for the income inequality among black Americans and they are not. We are not. The major problems black Americans are facing today is not because of Africans. We are just also living our lives, doing our thing. So we should stop all this hate amongst us. We should come together and unite like other people from other races, like the Caucasians, the Chinese, or the Asians, and we're going to become stronger. We should stop all of this. It's not going to help us in any way. We are one. We love each other. Our ancestors have fought so hard for us to be able to see each other today, be in the same room with each other. We should embrace this opportunity and make history. We should add to what our ancestors have done.
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about what Africans actually think about Americans. Let me just say black Americans. What we actually think, or how we think about black people in America. I want to let you guys know for the first time. There's a message going around saying that Africans hate black Americans. I want to tell you guys from myself growing up in West Africa, Ghana, how we used to honor black people, black celebrities. Even till today, if you go to every African home, especially young guys, you see big calendars of black celebrities in America, Jay-Z, whatever. They are there. We honor them like we wanted to be like them. We listen to their music growing up. The way they dress, whatever they do, that's what we were doing growing up. So when I came to America, and I'm here, Africa, so I like America. Maybe Africans in America don't like when we come here. Maybe something changed. But the truth about how we see blacks in America from an African standpoint, let me say West Africa, because if you want blacks, yeah, mostly in West Africa. How we honor them, I don't even think the real black Americans honor their celebrities like we do in Africa. The way they dress. I remember growing up, 50 Cent, when 50 Cent came, the actual picture on his album, the back cover of his album, that the one he removed his shirt and they draw whatever. You go to a young guy's room, almost every young guy, you go to his room, you see a very giant picture of that particular calendar, as big as a door, hanging out in his room. When you enter, that's what you're going to see first. As I remember, P. Diddy, okay, we call him Puff Daddy. We were calling him Puff Daddy. You see Puff Daddy with his nice shoes, the way they wear their hat, turn it like this. We will go and buy hat because of that. We just want to dress like that. I remember Nelly with those things here. We just wanted everything they do, we do the same. The way they dress, they're wearing bigger t-shirt, oversized t-shirt. We also go and buy oversized t-shirt to wear just to look like them. They will wear their hat turning like this. We also go and do the same thing. Everything, their music, there was no song. People like Jay-Z, Nelly, this guy Jaru, this guy Sean Paul, all those can. Let me talk about my age limit. That's where I don't know further music. I'm not even used to Michael Jackson music like that. But those hip hop stars in America, we honor them. Like we were holding them like this, like role model. We wanted to be like them. We have guys naming themselves. Oh, my name is Cisco. Oh, my name is Jay-Z. I am this. I'm 50 Cent. And even in our schools, secondary school, we attended boarding schools. So every Saturday is called entertainment night. We have entertainment night in every Saturday. Every Saturday, if they are playing 100 songs, 80 something are going to be American hip hop music. So we knew them word to word. So when you come to America and they say Africans don't like America, I used to like a black American. I'm like, at first it got me. I was so weird. It was so weird to even think about it. I'm like, where are they getting this from? And sometimes we just cannot talk. We cannot generalize the whole Africa because every part of Africa has different mentality. The way East Africans think is not the same West African things or South African things or North African things. So maybe, but Africa is Africa. So you can, but West Africa, we don't play with our black Americans. Anytime one of them visit Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Togo, Burkina Faso, whatever, Liberia, you will see the crowd. If they are going to the stadium will be sold out. 80,000 capacity stadium will be sold out. I remember when Chris Brown came to Ghana. I remember this guy Shaggy came to Ghana. Immediately they just he is coming. People will drive 10 hours to come to that event because their hero is coming. We honor them, and when they are coming for just a visit, not even a show, a visit, anytime we just notice that this guy is an American. We want you to see things, even places that you have to go and pay money to see, like to visit. They are offering it to you for free to make you just know the thing, because we want you to know. But when you come here, the story is different. Africans don't like us. It's so weird, to be honest. Some of us, it's so weird to even think about it. We love our black Americans, those that we know. If you go to Africa and see, we'll print t-shirts with Puff Daddy t-shirt like that, with his picture, big picture in front of our shirts, and that's what we wear. There was a time I remember they came out with, one of them came out with an oversized shoes. They are wearing oversized shoes, and we also start wearing them. I was in high school. You just go and buy shoe oversized, and we'll put something to push the so that it will not fall. And you wear the oversized shoe and just be walking on campus. And that was life, because that was what we see the American guys doing, and we wanted to be like them. I remember Cisco. When Cisco blew his hair, everybody started trying to do their hair like that. And any guy we see, even when we are playing soccer, you see guys blow their hair just to look like that. And we know their music from word to word. When there's a funeral, there's a wedding, there's every program in the club, we play their music. So I don't want to. That story of Africans don't like, maybe they are just meeting wrong people. And we cannot generalize people. You cannot think for everybody. But that story is always weird. Like anytime I hear that Africans, they don't like us, I ask, like, do you guys really know how we love you? It's not even like, it's love. I mean love. We will buy every album that comes out. We will buy it. We will go and pay money and buy it. When there's a brand that has an African American in it, we will buy it. We'll spend our last money to buy it. Everybody want to be like Jay-Z. The girls, oh, I'm Beyonce, I am this, and the way they walk, the way the Beyonce walk, the way Beyonce dance, they want to be like the ladies. Now you come here and they're saying a different story. We don't hate. If you guys know how we treat you guys, you wouldn't even talk. Immediately we just recognize that this black guy is coming from America. Even if you are, even based on your own perceptions, but you can even get free accommodation. Like we can give you our room to stay until you are going back for free. Yes, we can just give you a room. Like in my house, I can give you one room. Stay here. Anywhere you want to go, I will drive you to the place. Come back until you are going back to America. We just have that kind of generosity. We have that love for our black people in America. I don't know who spoiled the story, but you can speak for everybody. So, part 2 is coming.
Do Africans want to be like African Americans? The answer is yes. I was going through my Google Photos recently and come and see the things I found. This is specimen 1. This is the first example I found. I had to ask myself, why were we dressed like this? The only reason I could think of was because for the past how many years we had been watching 106 and Park. This is the influence. Is that not T.I. on the right? Is that not T.I.? My boy, his name is Toby. That's why we dressed like fake chains. But we did not give a fuck. We wanted to be like you guys. Many of us in this picture had never even stepped out of Nigeria before. But why are we dressed like this? So if any African ever comes to you telling you nonsense, just tell them to shut up, because this is the truth. We wanted to be like you guys. You guys are cool as fuck, so don't be listening to anybody else. Thank you.
Now, there are many weapons that a white man used to win or to make sure that black people are not together. Okay, there are many weapons that a white man or a white supremacist used to actually divide the black people and to win the fight that they were fighting. There was fight, you know that, and this fight took a long time. Yeah, and black people were defeated for a very long time before they actually were come to win the fight. They had been defeated for a very long time. They had been brought down for a very long time. It actually took a long time for the black people to actually win the fight. Now, it was after a long time that they win the fight, and I can tell you, the fight they began to win the fight after they had fought for a very long time, okay? One of the things that a white supremacist used against a black person to make sure that he wins the fight is to divide a black person. And division was something that was very important to the white supremacists. They knew if we can be able to divide these people and if we can be able to make sure they're not together, we're going to win this fight very easily. And that is why in the years of 1884, during the Berlin Conference, white Americans, like white supremacists, they sat down and they decided we are going to share Africa into many countries, to divide them into many countries, because if these were together, it is very difficult for us to be able to conquer. But now we're going to take this part. Belgium will take this part. Germany will take this part. Portugal will take this part. Britain will take this part. And that is how it was easy for the white white supremacists that is how it was easy for the white supremacists to take over the continent. And everybody had to kneel before the white supremacists, because there is nothing else we could do to make sure that we have put them away. We didn't know about it. They knew about dividing and ruling, and they conquered us. Okay? Now, that was back in the years, a long time ago. Now, in recent years, we're talking about the same thing, but the one that has been advanced. We're talking about division, dividing and conquer, but in an advanced form, okay? Because I will tell you one thing, that the white supremacists are not ready to let go. Nobody should come to you and lie to you that now white supremacists are tired. Now they've decided to let the black people or the Africans, yeah, they've decided to let them do their things and work their things out and be independent and give them freedom. No, freedom was never given, but our eyes were blindfolded. So in that black people were lied to, they've been given freedom. But in real sense, they had not been given the freedom. The freedom was not given to them. But the lies were sold. They were told that you're free, now you can run your things. But there is a neo-colonialism that is going on. That was an invisible colonization that is going on even today in the land of Africa. And also the black Americans who were taken from Africa during the transatlantic slave trade, they have been mistreated, they have been oppressed, and even today they are still being mistreated and oppressed. And if white supremacists can get, right now you realize that the white supremacists are backing down a little bit, but it's because the black Americans who exist in America today are more intelligent, and they are overwhelming the white Americans with a lot of intelligence, okay? In that there is a problem that is going on in America, people are suffering, the government isn't ready to take care of people, but even with that, the black people are still surviving, and the white people are like asking themselves, so how are these people surviving? So the reason as to why you see black people in America strong to some point, it is because of the level of intelligence of the African Americans living in America, not because the white Americans have decided to let go, or because the white Americans are having or developing empathy towards the black Americans. No, it's because the black Americans have a certain intelligence, a certain brain that the white Americans have. It has been difficult for white Americans to actually control. So white Americans are losing power, they're losing energy, they're running out of ideas of how to continue oppressing the black people in America and all that. Now, that does not mean that the white Americans in America, they have failed, or rather, that does not mean the white Americans in America, they have they have decided to let it go, that they don't want to conquer the black Americans anymore. They don't want to have supremacy or to reign over the black Americans anymore. It is because they lack and they're running out of ideas. But if they can get an idea of how they can come back on top of the African Americans, they would do it with an immediate effect. So what I'm telling you is that the Western countries, they are not yet tired, or they are not yet tired with ruling African countries. The white Americans are not yet tired with oppressing and discriminating the African Americans in America. The only thing that is happening is that black people are beginning to get power. Black people are beginning to gain energy. Black people are beginning to be stronger than many people expected. And because of that strength, because of that energy, and because of that power that the black people are developing, it is now weakening the white supremacists. Yeah, the unity that the black people are beginning now to embrace, it is beginning to weaken the white supremacists. It is weakening their ideas, weakening their plans, and weakening everything. And that is why you realize that it is like the white Americans are losing on mistreating the black Americans, not because they are losing the rope, but it's because black Americans are becoming more intelligent and more united than how they thought it can be. And again, you see in Africa, many African countries, like many Western countries, are leaving Africa. They're letting Africa be, because the African countries, some of the African countries are beginning to be clever. Their leaders are beginning to see these people have used us for long, and the only thing we need to do is to retaliate. Now, the moment they retaliate, these people try to go away. Not because they are sympathizing, or maybe because they want to give them freedom. It's because they're running out of ideas, they're running out of energy, they're running out of power. Okay? Now, why did I say all of this? I said all of this because I wanted you to understand one thing, that America and Western countries are not yet done with African countries. white Americans and white people, they are not yet done with mistreating and oppressing African Americans and black Americans. That is what I wanted you to actually understand. And in that case, the fact that they are not yet tired on doing all that, they are trying still to find ways in which they can be able to conquer. And as I told you when I was starting this video, I told you that one of the weapons that the white Americans, the white supremacists used to destroy and to bring down Africa, the whole of Africa and Africans, and actually colonize them, is dividing and ruling. Division was one of the biggest weapons they used. And that's why I told you about the Berlin Conference in the years of 1884, dividing African countries in Africa into many African countries that we're having today, that are existing today, and taking different countries and different countries. Yeah. And so, because it was one of the biggest weapons they used and it worked for them that time, they're going to still use the same weapon today. They're going to use the same weapon today to make sure the black people are not standing up. They're going to use the same weapons to make sure the black people cannot be able to unite, cannot be able to come together. And that is why you're going to hear the issues and the stories of black hates. I don't know, black Americans, they hate Africans, or Africans hate black Americans. But you know, they know very well, if there can be a diaspora war where black people are fighting the black people, that one can really weaken the black people a lot. Even the units that we've been building for years will be broken immediately. So it is not really the truth about the hate that is being circulated around about black people hating other black people. It is the white people, white supremacists, who have always used a black person to destroy a fellow black person. You know that, yeah? Because even during the time that our leaders, the great leaders that we had, when they were being eliminated, it wasn't white people who were coming to eliminate them. It is a fellow black person who was used to eliminate them. Look at who did away with Patrice Lumumba. Is it Patrice Lumumba? I don't know. Yeah, from Congo. Look at who turned against Patrice Lumumba. Was Mobutu Sese Seko, something like that. Look at who did away with our brother Thomas Sankara. It was a black person. It's a black person who did away with Thomas Sankara, a close friend of him. And you know, this is how things have been happening. Using a black person to destroy a black person, because they can't use a white person. They cannot use a fellow white person to destroy a white person, a black person. They'll use a black person because that is what they do. That is what they are smart on. And so they want to create enmity between the black people, because they know very well, if the black people in America can come together with the black people in Africa, it can be a duel that nobody can ever come to, like nobody would ever wish to fight against or to run against, because they will be the best in everything. Look at what is happening right now. People in America and in white countries, they cannot do anything better than how black people can do. Yes, I understand. For years, we have learned about white people doing better than black people. We have learned about white people doing things in a better way compared to the black people. We've learned it for years. We've known it for years. We have been told, we have read in books because it was written, and those books were brought to us for us to be able to read them and to understand that it is known, and it has been confirmed that white people are better than black people. That is a news that was spread all over. In our villages at home, back here, that was the news that was spread all over. And we're growing up knowing that black people, white people are better than black people. There is no single day that we ever thought that white people can be lower than black people. We saw white people coming around in our villages when we were growing up, and we used to celebrate them. We didn't even know that we can be better than them. We saw a white person, we saw God, because we were taught to believe that white people were gods, yeah, and they were better. That is why everybody wanted to go to America. Everybody wanted to live to America. If you find yourself living in America, you feel like you're living in heaven, yeah. And that is what we were taught. Okay? So black people are being made to fight each other because they know if these people fight each other, they can be weak. They don't want us to come together. They fear the unity of a black person. Once upon a time, Louis Farrakhan said the unity of a black person is as dangerous and is powerful like an atomic bomb. You know that? And so, look at what is happening around the globe. When you go to sports, it is black people who are dominating the sports atmosphere. When we go to music, it is black people dominating music atmosphere. When we go to, let's say, to culture, it is black people dominating culture atmosphere and many other things. Great talents are coming from the black people. And we can be able to see that. We can be able to, like, even inventors. You know, it is only that people don't allow you to know that black people are very great inventors because they don't want black people to actually be respected or come to the limelight or something like that or be known globally. So they won't tell you, and they're not going to tell you that black people are great inventors. That is why even in books, they didn't wrote or they didn't place black people as inventors, you know. And white supremacists, they know very well. Black Americans, with the level of intelligence they have, with how smart they are, if they can go to Africa or if they can unite with the African people, this duo can be very dangerous. It is something we cannot fight because even if we try to fight it, we are not going to make it. They know that very well. They understand it with all their mind. They understand it very well. They know it. And what they do, they will start spreading the narrative of black people or African Americans hating Africans. And it has been circulating. I've been seeing it. And I decided to show you there are people, the African Americans who have true love for the white, for the black, for the Africans in Africa. Okay, a few who are developing the disease of speaking around and saying they don't love Africans. There are just a few who are confused. But the truth of the matter is that black people, they love each other so much. I've seen it. When African Americans have been coming to Africa, those people, when they finally come to Africa and they see black people around, they feel like they are just in paradise. They love it so much. And that is what scares a white person the most. That is what scares the white government the most because they fear this unity. This unity can break them down very easily, instantly, with an immediate effect. It won't even take seconds. Okay? And so, there is nothing like hate between the black people, the African Americans, and the Africans in Africa. There is nothing like that. It's a propaganda that is being moved around so that people can be able to get divided. This has been the greatest weapon. And you know, it is going to be used as the greatest weapon. It will be used for a very, very long time. As long as it can still work, it will be used. And that is why you see there are people who are refusing to be called the African Americans. They want to be called Black Americans. That if you call them African Americans, they feel like you've offended them. They don't want to be associated with an African word. They are saying, we are not Africans. These are people who have actually this disease of them denying their brothers and sisters has already caught them. And it's going to take time for them to get healed. And that is what has been happening. That is what is happening even today. But it is going to be difficult because, you know, these things, I can tell you, they used to happen the time that we were not existing. We didn't really know what is it that was happening. We were made to believe, just like what is happening in America. The Americans are living a lie. They're not living the real life. They've been lied about their life. They've been lied about everything. And they're living a life that is full of lies. They're not living a true life because there is a system that has been placed in, that has been put in place to make these people believe they are this kind of people when they are not. To make them believe this is who you are when they are not. Okay? And so, let me tell you one thing. When something like that happens, you find out that people keep on getting confused because they don't know their history. They don't know who they are. They don't know which kind of people they are. You end up growing in a system that lies to you, in a system that makes you believe you're this kind of a person when you're not. So personally, we as Black people, we were made to believe on some things that we really were not those things. That is what we were made to believe, and we grew up knowing that. And so even when you were told that Even when we were told that, this is right, even if it was wrong, we believed it was right because we were made to believe that even the right things were wrong. Okay, so we joined the circle. When we found the white Americans hating on the black Americans, we joined the circle until we grew up and realized we were being played by these people. And that's why I'm saying it's difficult for right now a black person, whether in the United States of America or in Africa, to be manipulated by a white supremacist. Why? Because this existing generation is a very different kind of a generation. It's a generation that, number one, does not take lies. A generation that, number two, does not entertain nonsense. A generation that, number three, doesn't listen to that doesn't accept to be manipulated. Okay, a generation that is very much principled. When they say no to something, it's a no, and that is why it was difficult for youths and upcoming people to actually say no to the bad leadership and all that. But as you can see, even the things that are happening in Africa today, look at what just happened in Madagascar. The youths decided to take out the government that was mistreating and oppressing them. Look at what happened in Nepal. Look at what happened in, where was it? There's another country here that the government was taken. And all this is because the existing generation cannot take lies. Even in America, the youths in America who are growing up, when they see something happening to black people, they're beginning to ask their parents, why are you doing this to the black people? Because God is now raising his own people who are going to defend his own people. The time for the deceivers is over. The time for the manipulators is over. And it is high time they realize that they should start doing better and stop manipulating other people, because it is over and it won't work again. Tell me what you think in the comment section about it. I will do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. I am the African Streamline. Until next episode, peace be with you.